Hello, everyone. First of all, I want to say that I was very happy to meet with you on Monday. Today, we are going to review how to write an informative text. On February 16th, in about 4 weeks, it's the exam, and you will have to write an informative text. On Monday, we already talked about the type of conclusion that you will have to write. And in the next weeks, we are going to come back to how to write an efficient conclusion together. Today, we are just going to review how to write a good introduction and how to structure also body paragraphs. But before we do so, I want to remind you that the purpose of the informative text is to inform people, to teach something to your readers. There is no place for your opinion. You have to state facts, use examples, and evidence. So the information that you write in your text has to be true. For that, you have to be very careful to not copy from your sources. If you do so, if you copy and if you do not use your own words, you will be penalized. So make sure that you restate everything in your own words. To write a good introduction, you have to first hook your readers. So you have to grab their attention. And then you can state your topic and preview the main points of your text. Therefore, your introduction will be 2, 3 sentences. So there can be one sentence for the hook and one sentence for the topic and the main points, or one for the hook, one for the topic, and one for the two main points. So your introduction shouldn't be very long, between, I'd say, 20 to 35 words ish. Here we have an example. The example's topic is the importance of sleep. So let's read this together. Sleep is very important for teenagers because their bodies and brains are still developing. Getting enough sleep helps teenagers function better at school and in their daily lives. I want you to take a moment now to look at the introduction and question yourself. So, what is the hook? What is the topic? And what are the two main points that will be discussed in the text? So you will have guessed that the hook is sleep is very important for teenagers. The topic is the importance of sleep, and the 2 points that will be discussed in the text are that sleep helps teenagers at school and that sleep helps teenagers in all spheres of their everyday life. You can see here that in the introduction, the author decided to not use the exact same words, and it's fine. So it's possible for you to use synonyms in the introductions, or it's possible to use the same words in the introduction and in the body paragraphs. It is preferred that you use synonyms so you don't repeat yourself. Now about the structure of a body paragraph. One paragraph is one main idea. So you choose one point and you develop that point. Okay, so it's the focus of your paragraph. For instance, if we go back to the previous slide, if the first paragraph is about the fact that sleep helps teenagers at school, then you really have to only focus on that. So do not talk about how it can help them outside of school, at the weekends, with their friends, and so on. We don't want to read about that in the first paragraph. We only want to read about the fact that it helps teenagers at school. So you can develop saying how it helps, what are the main benefits, how teachers notice that they are more focused, and so on. In the body paragraph, you have to support the main idea with evidence. So, evidence is either facts, examples, definitions, data to support your point clearly, not your opinion. You also have to use the simple present tense in the body paragraphs, in the whole text, and this is what I'm going to evaluate and look at when I grade your exams. Here we have an example of two body paragraphs. So we have on the same topic, we have first, sleep helps students learn and concentrate. So this is the main idea of the paragraph, and you can see that the author doesn't use the exact same words as they use in the introduction. As I've said before, it's good to use synonyms. Okay, if you're not confident to do that, you can use the same words that you use in the introduction, but it's less interesting and you won't gain any points for doing that. Okay, so if you want to get the most points, use synonyms. When teenagers sleep well, they are more attentive in class and remember information more easily. So that's a fact. On the other hand, lack of sleep can cause tiredness and difficulty focusing. Another fact, which affects school performance. So the main idea, we have it in the first sentence, and then two facts are used in this paragraph to support this main idea. Second, sleep is essential for mental and physical health. It helps reduce stress, improves mood, and gives the body time to recover. Teenagers who sleep enough often feel more energetic and motivated. So we, again, in this paragraph, see the main idea in the first sentence. As for the conclusion, I've said it before, we are going to go over that together in the next weeks. We talked about verb tense, so you have to use present simple or simple present in your text, and you are also going to have to use transition words. So the transition words that you are probably going to use the most are the ones for adding information. Also, in addition, furthermore, moreover, additionally, they're all examples. I want you to use some of those words in your text, and you will gain points for that. Okay, so your grade will be higher if you use transition words in your text. As for the rest of the class, the subteacher will give you instructions on what you have to do, but basically using the information, the things that you've learned about Maryland in the video and in the text, I want you to write a body paragraph. You can write one body paragraph or two body paragraphs, it's up to you. Just make sure that there is only one main idea in each paragraph. You will give your text to the teacher at the end of the class. I'm not sure you will be done writing it. If not, I'll give you more time next class. So see this exercise as a practice for the exam, as I'm going to grade your body paragraphs and give you feedback. So if you want to make sure that you're ready for February 16, do this exercise seriously. You can use a dictionary, but I don't want you to use Google Translate, because on the day of the exam, you will only be allowed to use regular dictionaries. I hope that everything is clear. Again, if you have questions about today's class, you can ask your questions to the subteacher. If the subteacher cannot answer your questions, you can always write them on paper and ask me next time. I will see you either Monday or next Tuesday. Have a great day.